Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario themed city, and make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. Welcome back to the channel. If you missed last episode we kind of hit the next milestone, a small city. I think it was 17,000 people. We improved the city a little bit from that perspective, and what did we do? Holy cow. We improved our warehousing as well, and we detailed small parts of the city, and we kind of set ourselves up for a future detailing episode, probably on Friday, if not some other time this week or next week, where we're going to kind of do a bit of a mass detailing of the city, and like these highway junctions, for example, that have been left blank for too long. Anyways, so today's episode, I got a lot planned. I'm planning on expanding the road network of the city, kind of in the north of the city, where we're kind of looking at right now, and just like to the north of the highway at least. And we're going to look at starting a secondary industry. I think we mentioned that last episode. All right, so let's hop into it. So this is the area that I'm talking about, and mainly because we have two separate resources out this way. We have ore out this way, which I see more of like it's sandy down here. There's two rivers that are converging, and then we have oil over here as well. So perhaps if you didn't know, Ontario has some oil, and it's tough oil to get to. It's not a lot, and it's patchy. I believe Ontario was one of the first, Southern Ontario was the first region to use oil in an industrial sense. There's like spots in Southern Ontario where oil literally like pools out of the ground. Very interesting. Anyways, so what I'm planning on doing is kind of looking at our road network in this area, Pakenhampton, up through Corolla Farms and stuff like that, and looking at this highway, which I'm not sure if we've named this highway or not, Country Road 8, and looking at how we can. This interchange is going to have to be improved on Friday's episode, by the way. Because this is about to be a more developed area. So might as well talk about some future plans. I'm thinking the downtown core is going to be in this section. I'm going to use these islands kind of in the sense that Toronto uses their the Toronto Islands in Toronto. That's the name. So I'm thinking this will be subdivisions. This will be the downtown core. We got a cool lake over here too, which would be a neat aspect to the city. And then we're gonna start doing patchy, ruralness, and we're gonna have suburbs and everything, and small towns over here. Like I think our fringe city is gonna be over here. We got cottage country over this way. Anyways, so this is going to be a bit of an industrial core here, and if you're new to the channel, our industry is down in this section, and it has a lot of problem getting workers, hence why we built this town over here, which has lots of bus lines to get these workers over. But everyone over here has nowhere to really go. I mean, sure, they can drive down the highway here, and yes, this is actually a highway. I know it is not the most efficient method in this game, but it is realistic to have a highway turn into a main road in the town. So that's kind of the idea. This interchange will probably have to be upgraded at some point, and I think I'll just get that one going again. And we're gonna have to do a lot of tweaking, and I'm really excited about that aspect. Anyways, so without further ado, let's hop into expanding the road network to a desired need, I guess. Anyways, so first thing first, I want to get a second bridge. So I'm thinking this highway was a repurposed main road at some point, and they've used it to connect up to the north of Ontario. And this highway was at one point just a main thoroughfare through the city, or a later addition. And I think the city would probably prefer to have a secondary river connection this way, because right now if you want to get to this section, you have to go along the highway, or well, all the way around over this way. So I think it'd be ideal to get an access point to this sand extraction industry. We might even have to oh look, there's some ore over here too. So I think what we might do is we might have like a two-tier system. Or you know what? Perhaps we just build a bridge over here and we get the main section over this way, and that way we can kind of have our sand extraction and our ore extraction. It kind of be like a bit of a bigger industry. But I'm not sure which one I want to do first, the ore or the oil. Anyways, let's look into getting a bridge. So we have a couple options. We can look at our new bridges, but we've already used this one, so I'm not going to use this one. I don't think a European style bridge would be too useful here. American Truss Bridge might be an option. However, I just don't think that... Let's just drag it across like so. See, like, is this a walking path? It is. So I just don't think this is the type of bridge for us in this sense, unfortunately. So we got the European 4. I just don't think that's thematic. So we have a couple options here. We could go with a highway bridge like we have right over here, but we're already using that right there. I don't think this asset has a bridge. Bus tram, none of that's going to work. So we're kind of stuck with our 4-lane roads here. And I know this one we've already used, but it might work in this sense as well. So we use this bridge over here. But, you know, this is a pretty good bridge because the other option we have is to go with this one right here. So why don't we just click this? You know what? Yeah, let's go with this one. I was trying to avoid using this one this early in the game, but that's okay. We'll do that, and then we'll click the bridge button here. Bridge across. Actually, let's go ground level one more section. Oh, come on. There we go. Right there. And then we'll go to bridge. We're gonna have to tweak this. Go back to ground level here. And I think what I want to do is I want to get... So perhaps this shouldn't be this large of a bridge. Because all this is going to be like it can't really be too crazy of infrastructure, because this is just going to be sand extraction and maybe a small suburb. So I just don't see the purpose of a city building this bridge. So I know I've wasted a lot of money already. But perhaps what I do here is we change the style of road from about this point right here. Whoa. Because I was using a different road here. Let's switch that up. And then we go with one of our normal 2-unit roads. And we've already used the industrial bridge over here, although I do think that might actually work again. Let's go with this. Just our normal road. I think this will be our best option for this point. So we'll do that. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because we're going to do that. We're going to extend the suburb out this way. Let's bridge this. It's just a basic bridge, nothing fancy about it, and I don't think the city would pay for something too fancy for this type of bridge anyways. Alright, so we're going to go to here, we're going to click ground level, click home just to make sure, and we're just going to extend it out like that. Okay, so I wasted a lot of your time, and all we've done is build a really small bridge. So we'll do that. We'll just kind of see how this kind of works. So we're going to let the water kind of settle itself. I'm going to select all these nodes just to make sure that we're all on the same page here. And I'm going to say that height. Yeah, we are. Okay. So then I'm going to use move it here again. I'm just going to double click to deselect everything. I'm going to hold Alt down. I'm going to slide this over because what I want to do is I want this to just get into the point where it's clipping into the ground. Perfect. Yeah, you know, I think this bridge kind of works. We're going to see some trucks use it, although I believe most trucks will avoid it because we're going to have a bit of a connection this way. I think a tricky part about this is trucks, getting them to either side of this section, which is going to be fun to figure out. All right, so we're going to then, I think I prefer, so this is a really basic road. I don't mind having a bit of a closer connection. I think right here, we'll get a road this way. And then we will go to a bit of a free-formed road. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stop right there. Okay, and this one we're just going to draw straight through. And I'm actually going to back this out. And we're going to instead just draw an industrial road out that way. All right. And then we're at this point here where we're going to be looking at getting future access to our ore industries here. So I think what we'll do is, I mean, these are going to be big trucks. So I'm thinking like a bridge probably wouldn't work and a tunnel probably wouldn't work either. So I think we're going to need to get this highway to elevate over top of a road. And I know this is a bit big brain kind of stuff, like I'm overthinking things, but here we have an elevation point. I think we can sneak a road underneath this point right here. So if we get a road like this and we just anarchy it in, we're staying at the same height here, but if we pause the game and we go back to, oh gosh, I can't believe I forgot to turn that back on. I figured it out. And I quit my game and I resaved, I loaded back up again and I forgot to redo it. I just clicked Control W and that popped up again. If I click, sorry, Alt W, if I click Control W, that window at the top left goes away. So anyways, funny little thing that I was messing around with. Let's go to our highways again. We're gonna go to our two-way highway, and which I think this is. We're gonna upgrade this to elevated right through here. I think we'll back it up and put it forward a bit too, because what I want to do is I just want to go through here, grab all the nodes through this. I want to say get to that height. And then we're going to need to, let's deselect that. We're going to need to select this node right here. We're going to need to elevate it to a certain point where we're comfortable with trucks going over top of it. So I think that's probably going to be fine. And in order to make this look nice, we're going to need to back this up pretty good. I think I'm going to take it all the way up to where this road stops clipping here. I'm going to say slope objects. Nice. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for a few nodes. And we'll say slope objects. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to take this right here and copy it because we need to throw this in somewhere over here, so we might as well have it right there. Click. There we go, and I think we're going to need to elevate this part too. So we'll just need to upgrade that, elevate. It's a pretty slight elevation, but it does kind of match up with what we're kind of doing here. No, that doesn't need to be elevated. Oops. Okay, now node controller could be our friend here. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this is a middle node. And I mean, I don't know if I can undo that. No, I can't. That's fine. I think what we'll do instead is we'll just let's go back to node controller. I think I can undo what I did. Go to custom. Yeah, there we go. And then if I just adjust this, oh, that doesn't really do what I'm looking for. Kind of does. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, well, we'll just leave that and then we'll come back and detail it at a later date. But I think what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to have trucks go underneath this section so we can access this ore over here and over here into this section, which I think is going to be the main section for our ore industry. And I think we're going to have to do something somewhat similar here. Now, the trick with this, if we're going to have this be sand extraction and this be metal production, like metal extraction, is we need to figure out a way to get this over the highway. Now we could dip the highway. And why don't we do that? Okay, well, that makes it easy enough. All right, so I'm gonna go back to our industrial road here for planning purposes. And we're just going to draw a road over here. I think this is a good spot to dip the road from. Okay, and actually I should have made that elevated. Okay, and then what we're gonna do here is we're going to go to move it. We're gonna find the nodes. I think that's the node for, oh no, that's the node for the bridge. Oh, no, it wasn't. Just being silly. Oh, it was the node for the bridge. Okay. So, did we actually connect up? Oh, darn. We connected up. Okay, so let's just lower that into the ground pretty far, farther than we probably should. And then we'll just draw that in line with that node. There we go, that's pretty good. Whoa! That's probably high enough, so I think I'll raise that up, lower it, raise it, whatever the word is. I think that's probably good for clearance. And then what I'll do here is I'll just select up to this node right here, where I will do slope objects. Just have a slight slope down, and then we'll do it again, but this one is going to be a bit sharper. So I'm going to do it right up to this point, and then, thank you, then from here, we're going to get a nice slope down as well. Whoa! Love that. Okay, so with that in mind, now we can go to ground level here. Ground level, there we go. And what I'll do here is we'll get a nice connection up like that. I'm just going to leave these roads pretty basic for now, because I think the idea that we're going for is just, this is a planning kind of system. And then we'll look at filling this industry in at, I mean, if we might do this today, we might not. We're going to need an entrance point. So this is an interesting spot because this is where we have the asymmetrical highway kind of start. So I think this ideally would be the prime location for our connection onto the highway here. Now, I kind of think a roundabout would be ideal here. I mean, if we're playing the game like, you know, a lot of the popular YouTubers, I think a roundabout would be the option here. Because, you know, this might not just be ore industry, this might just be the entrance point. Okay. Let's put a roundabout in. We're gonna go to our rural roads here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure we're on ground level. We're gonna turn, I think we'll need anarchy on. And I'm just gonna go out to 5 units. Alright, I'm gonna delete this section right through there. And we're gonna go out to 5 units. And then we'll do the same right there. Back it up just slightly more. 5 units. Okay, so I think in this situation we have, I think 3 lanes would probably be ideal. Could probably get away with a 2 lane, but we will go with our highway one too. I think we have a 3-lane highway option, just right here. And we'll go to curved road. And it's ideal to make a roundabout by locking in these nodes. You know, I think 2-lane would probably be what they would do in this situation. Yeah, I think it is. I know we'll probably need to upgrade this in the future, but if they were to put this roundabout in right away, like at this situation, I think you only need 2 lanes, because if you're just going straight forward through this highway, you just stick in the right lane, and they would probably even have this turn into an asymmetrical bit earlier. I was actually just driving on a roundabout like this the other day. Okay, so we'll get a free-formed road from here. And you know what we could do is we could do a bit of a split off as well. I think we'll just stick with, I mean, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? To have a bit of a split. So why don't we do that? We'll get this to curve down right to there. And then we'll get, oh no, I want the highway. We'll get the on-ramp. Well, whoa. We'll connect up. Okay, we'll just, oh, that's why. Upgrade that. And flip it around. Use move it here. Whoop. There we go. And then we'll get our asymmetrical road. And we will freeform. Flip it around. Okay, I'm just going to use node controller really quickly here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this one, oh, undo. This one I want to line up to that. Oh, no, other way around, okay. How do I undo this? No, I think this kind of works, okay. Actually, I'm going to second guess myself. There we go. Okay, now I want this one to line up with this. What am I doing? I'm just doing the same thing over again. Okay, now we just move the whole thing over like a bunch. There we go. Okay, this is kind of what I want. So I want, yeah, okay, anyways, I think I'm big braining this again. What I'm kind of thinking about is I want that to maintain its direction. Oops. There we go. And what I'm kind of thinking is if you're going straight through the roundabout, you just have to, I mean, technically you could still stay in this lane, but I want you to merge over into this lane so you stick on the right side the entire time. And yeah, anyways, I think it's going to work. Because the other way is I wanted this one to line up. Why can't we do that? I think that would work. Sorry about this. I'm second guessing myself a bunch today. Probably because I'm a bit hungry. Okay, so I want this to line up with that. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to come back over through here. Find this one, delete it. And then there we go. So if you're, yeah, this is what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So if you are looking to turn in this direction, you need to get into the left lane. All right, so we're gonna go to node controller one last time, and I'm just going to pull this down quite a bit, to be honest, because it's a highway. There we go. All right, now let's go to this. Just want to flip that around, and now we need to go to node controller again. We're just going to square the node, and we're going to go into TMPE here. I click that. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to need to lock in these nodes right here, and then, silly enough, this is the actual node. Yeah, this will work. Okay, we'll see what the cars, how the cars deal with this momentarily. But let's save this. You know what, I think we can do it. Even though I wanted to do a bit more in today's episode, I think really quickly we can just do this. Get the basics in. And then I will do that. There we go. And now I can just do fill, right? So Control Shift F, there we go. Fill that in with a chevron. And I'm gonna save this as a template. Already got a couple, probably even have this one already. This is roundabout. just save it like that, and I'll know. Okay. Anyways, so we got that. That's fine. Then we are going to need to continue to connect it up. So we're going to need to do the same kind of thing on this side. So let's do this. Freeform. Whoops. I'm going to curve down right into that. And it's probably longer than I previously had the other one, so I'm going to redo this. Curve down like that, and then we'll use this. Connect up like that. Whoa, didn't have node snapping on apparently. Gotta make sure we have that on when we're doing roundabouts. And we'll just use move it to readjust that. And then we'll get this one to connect, just like so. And we'll flip it around. Now, I guess we could bring this back like that, right? And then you just switch lanes. Like so. You know? I think that kind of works. It's a bit funny, but it works. Yeah, and then you get into that lane if you want to turn left. Okay, so now we just need to flip this one around. There we go, and then we'll go into TMPE here. Traffic Manager, President Edition. Oops, there we go, Control S. What? Holy cow. That was really messing with me. Okay, so we'll do that. And now we just need to get our pre-save that we just made previously. We're going to go to presets, roundabout. We're going to click here, apply preset. We're going to look at this. We're just going to flip it around until it makes sense. Look at that. Very easy. And then we'll go over to our node controller. We'll click here. Click square the node, and that should even it out. I'm also just going to back this up a bit. Okay. So now that we got that in place, I'm just going to look to pull this down, push this up. Pretty good, pretty good. And then right here on this direction, we have two possible choices to go. If we want to go this way in the future from the roundabout, we can. But I'm planning on making a bit of an easier connection to this side, and I think we'll just stick with our industrial road. Actually, I think we'll probably want to be a bit more cautious. Like I think the city would upgrade at least the first section. So what we'll do is we'll just bring this out to about there, and then what we'll do is we'll go over to our industrial roads here. I'm just going to make placements out here in case we want to choose, in case we choose to do something similar in the future, or like a, I don't know, like a suburb or something like that. Then we'll go to our industrial road from this node here to connect up. Oh no, this is off ever so slightly. All right, so I'm just gonna use move it, hold control down. Oh no, alt down. That's what I want to do. There we go. And I'm gonna look at the zoning here. Yeah, it's off ever so slightly, which is very frustrating, but I don't think zoning really matters that much over here. But anyway, so we got that in place. Let's just let these cars run their course. And I'm actually just gonna need to set this up as a roundabout like that. Perfect. So unfortunately, I don't think we got to, or we're going to get to what I was hoping for today. But that is okay. So we got lots of nodes in here, which is fine. It's a bit of a tight tight roundabout here. And now I just need to make sure that we have these turning lanes set up properly. Okay, and then I want to lock these in. So pretty much, I'll just use these to kind of show you what's happening. There we go. The idea is that if you want to go over here, so these guys are going to be, well, they should have been locked in here. So they're just using this to turn around apparently. Oh, so they didn't like, they couldn't stay in the lane. They just went around the roundabout twice, didn't they? Okay, so I'm actually just going to, I think maybe they might be freaking out about this. I'm going to delete that. There they go. So now that they're locked in right here, so they can't switch. Yeah, so they're staying to the outside if they're staying on the highway. They're going into the middle if they want to change. And then we're kind of seeing this over here too. Gotta lock that in. Ooh, no, that's not what I want. Let's delete that because I want the ability for these cars to go into this lane. And these cars to go into that lane. This one goes there. This one goes here. All right, and then we'll do the same thing. Oh, come on. Right here, this is a turn. This is a straight on. And, oops. Let's just do that. Oh, darn. This goes there. This goes there. And there. This just goes there. Okay. I'm sure that they would have sorted this out first, but I kind of want to show my thinking. And then we lock in. And then this goes there. This goes there. This goes here. And there we go. So I know they kind of already got this sense now. So if you're coming this direction, you want to go straight, stay on the outside. If you're coming this direction and you want to go down south here, you stay in the blue here, you go into the yellowy pink thing, you stay in the green, you switch lanes right here, hop into the red, you stay in the red, and now you're over through here. Did I not, there we go. Coming from this direction and you want to go straight, stay in the blue, go into the pinky, you go into the green here, and you go into the red. There you go. So this might get a bit funky if traffic gets heavy through here, but that is fine. So we set that up pretty good for ourselves. And then lastly, I said no time is running out. I want to set up, well, time has already run out, but I want to set up a bit of a rural industrial road system through here. So this is our oil industry here, our future oil industry. I think what we'll do is we'll set up a bit of a frontage road. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow the highway, or follow the railway. There we go. And we're going to go right up to here, and then we're going to kind of curve along like this. And I think we might as well get our connection right here. So I know cars are going to start wanting to take this route into the city here from this direction, so I think it might get a bit busy. So I can see this being a pretty busy section. Especially this tough intersection we have right here. So the idea is that this road was built along the highway, or the railway, or the railway was built along the road. Perhaps the same company owns the railway as the road eventually, or the original road. We're definitely going to need to square that off, and then we're going to pull this intersection back. ever so slightly. And this is going to be one heck of a busy time here. I think what I might do... yeah, you know what? I think we'll just leave it for now. This is going to be... I mean, no one's going to want to live beside the oil industry, right? So this area is probably going to be maybe populated up a bit just in this little section. But this area is going to be all open and empty. And I think we'll leave this for a future development. I just hope cars don't start taking this, even though I know that they will. I'm kind of setting myself up for failure with this because cars are going to want to... I mean, are they? Let's see if any of this group decides to turn here. No, oh, they just sped up though. I wonder why. Oh, just goes from 80 to 100. Interesting. Okay, so let's set this to 80 then. And they can speed up after that. What I could do is I could just use some dedicated turning lanes from here, and then we'll kind of end it off at that point. So we'll just do that. And how about... It's probably fine for now. And then I'll just use the node controller to level that out. Perfect. And then we'll do the same thing right here. This is a custom node. And then I want... There we go. Yeah, perfect. And then I'll just really quickly draw these in so we know what's kind of going on. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing right here. Perfect, okay. Yeah, so we do have some cars using this. It might be beneficial to get this to be some dedicated turning lanes, but we'll save that for a future episode. So at least we're kind of giving ourselves another direction for trucks to come in through this way. And, oh, good. Okay. Let's just watch this traffic. Okay, so we do have some cars going that way. That's a bus, it's fine. All right, I think we're good for now. That's not too much traffic we're adding in. And we've kind of set ourselves up for future development of our industries. Let's just draw in 2 more roads just to kind of give ourselves an idea, which are just temporary, but it's just so we know ourselves. So since this is an older industry, I'm going to kind of follow this tree grove here, and we're just going to end it like that, I guess. And then right here we'll kind of add a bit of a frontage road. Again, this is probably, say, an older, just like that. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, that's where we'll end today's episode. A bit different than what we normally do. We're gonna need to add some power in, but that is some infrastructure planning for future industries. We'll just kind of leave it like that, and then in tomorrow's episode we'll start either one of the two, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.